All right, you came back after yesterday's show. I'm hoping you would come back. I was just telling you all the reasons why you shouldn't be listening to me. Of course, I threw in some reasons why you should, but thanks a lot for coming back. It's Friday. How's your week been? It's been good? I hope so. Has it been not so good? Well, then what can we do to fix it? Welcome to another episode of Your Success at Last Tips to Improve Performance. A little daily show to help give you those tips, those ideas, those techniques, and hopefully a little bit of a giggle and a boost to get you from where you are to where you want to be. You that little daily oomph to keep you moving forward. I listened to another gentleman's podcast. Been listening to it, a couple of years now. And one of the phrases he used, and I love it so much, and I don't want to steal it, so I definitely want to give him credit for it, is stand up, take a step, and repeat. Scott Smith is his name, and he has a show called Motivational Move Stuff. I checked that one out. It's actually really, really good. It has been very inspiring for me. And that's another thing. Don't just listen to me and take my ideas and my tips. Take them. Really, go ahead, take them, right? And use them. But don't take just my word for it. I tell you this any number of times. Go out, listen to other folks, read other books, watch other speakers, go to seminars, get involved, discard what you don't that you don't think is useful for you. Try things, and if they work, use them. Use them diligently. Try them, and if they kind of work, mold them to fit your world. I don't think there's a universal way to get things done, because everyone's world is a little bit different. Your situation is a little bit probably unique to mine, but I think in the overall sense, there are general guidelines, like bumpers when you go bowling, right? When you first start, you throw the ball down and it goes in the gutter. Throw the ball down and it goes in the gutter. And someone gives you tips and gives you ideas. But your body is unique. Your style is unique. If you ever watch anybody bowling or any sports, everyone's a little bit different. The principles are the same. Stand up, hold the ball, take steps, swing the arm back, swing it forward, goes down, hit the pins. Simple, right? Well, there's a lot involved in that. And while you're learning your style of bowling, you need some bumpers. So put up your bumpers, okay? Try things. Try the advice that people give you. All right, you swing back, and as you step forward, swing it forward, and slide your foot, and twist your wrist, and you'll find your personal little nuances along your personal development journey. So, like I'm saying, take my ideas, take the things I share with you here, and mold them to fit what you do. Add your personal isms. I have Tracy isms and Ace isms, and Scott has Scott isms, and Scott actually coined the phrase Scott logic in his world. So use those. I've taken a couple of his ideas and molded them into my world. And I've taken lots of Brian Tracy and Zig Ziglar, Chris Weiner, and Tony Robbins ideas, and I've molded them into my world. Some of them I've used them as is. Others, it's like, yeah, that's working, but not quite in my world. And give it a little twist, little tuning, so to speak, right? Put my bumpers up until I figured out how it works for me, and then I could take the bumpers down and run it full speed ahead and start getting strikes. Yeah? Okay, that's what we're here for. So, it's Friday. Time for your Friday question. Have you done your prep work? Have you laid the groundwork for what it is you're trying to get to, the dreams that you want to accomplish, the places you want to go, the goals you're trying to achieve? Have you? Have you laid the groundwork? If you haven't, that's fine. You can always do it, but you gotta do it. There's really no other way to say it, right? It's not going to get done. And if you're waiting for someone else to do it, well, here's what's going to happen. Someone else might do it for you, but guess what's going to happen then? They're going to get the rewards. You might get some rewards temporarily, but the person doing the work gets the rewards in the long term. So do your prep work, do your groundwork. That's what you're going to build your foundation on. Now today we're going to do our little goals focus. We're going to try two different things. One is an acronym. I heard a long time ago at a Brian Tracy. It wasn't his seminar, but he was there. I believe it was a Peter Lowe seminar way back in the day, and all the big names were there. There was Zig Ziglar was there, and of course Brian Tracy was there, and there was other more publicly known speakers. Christopher Reeves was there, Margaret Thatcher. It was just one of those all day, 8 a.m., 8 p.m. events where you just walked out of there going, man, that was amazing, right? Till you scribbling notes till your fingers are blue. But anyway, what Brian talked about was you are your own CEO. You grabbed a business card from the person standing in front, actually sitting down the front row, and started, just making little linkages to how this person was the owner of their own business. They were the CEO of their own company. It's little things like, do you have a checking account? And the person nodded, and he was like, well, see, now you're in banking. Do you own a home? He nodded. You're in real estate. Do you ever talk to anybody overseas? And he nodded. He says, you're in real estate and have international connections. He was just trying to get people to think outside the box of how they look at themselves. And then shortly thereafter, he started talking about the radio station called WIIFM. And that radio station stands for What's in It for Me. And this comes down, this is the why part of your goals. And if you have goals and you can't articulate why you want to accomplish them, and I would even take that one step further and say, if you can't articulate why with passion, the person you're telling why you want to do that goal, if they don't feel your passion, then you might want to relook at it. Because if you can't just feel why you want to get that house or get that job or be a public speaker or be a mom or dedicate all those hours to the homeless shelter, if you can't feel that why, what's going to happen is you'll start working on it, and then shortly thereafter your motivation will dwindle. Maybe that's why you come here. You're looking for that motivation. You come here and say, well, Tracy sounds pretty positive most of the time. He's got a couple of good ideas. I get a little pumped up from listening to that, right? So you keep coming here every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's right, Friday and Saturday. Oh, well, I don't do it on Saturday, but you can re-listen to the previous weeks, right? So maybe that's one of the reasons why you come here. I hope that's what it is. It's one of my goals here. But what's in it for you is really key. So look at your goal. And if you don't have a goal, that now is your goal. To find out what your goal is. What is your major definite purpose? What's the one ultimate thing you want to leave as a legacy? And that could be the beautiful home, or that could be the awesome business, or that could be raising positive kids, right? Raising productive kids. I mean, that's a skill I think has been forgotten in parts of our society, because you just look at some of the kids around here and you're like, seriously? Really? Did you just say that to your mom? Anyway, that's a whole other podcast in and of itself. So look at the reasons why. I mean, why do you want to accomplish the goal? I mean, is it a personal achievement goal? Is it a weight loss goal? I mean, sometimes the reasons in the whys are positive. Other times they're not. If you can't clearly state why you have that goal, odds are you're probably never going to reach it. And you may try sporadically. It'll come in bursts. And usually those bursts happen 1 or 2 times. They generally happen at the end of the year, right? When everyone's kind of focused on, hey, Happy New Year's, and everyone sets their New Year's resolutions, and all the gyms get smothered with people for about 3 weeks, maybe 2. Okay, so you got to figure out your why. And the other time it might happen is maybe someone you know personally really well, a friend, a family member, reaches one of their goals, and you start thinking, wow, yeah, I never quite reached my goal. I'm going to go after it again. I'm going to get that guy back up on that podcast and listen to him, because he gives me motivating advice and those tips, and I'm going to start listening to him, and I'm going to try him, and I'm going to go. And it might work for a little while. But your why has got to support you. So you got to have your whys. And inside of that, I want to share with you one of the a process I put into my ebook. Oh gosh, 4 or 5 years ago now. Oh God, actually, if I think about it, it's been way longer than that. Anyway, in my Success Atlas goals, I come up with what I call the CHART process. And the CHART is an acronym for choose, help, action, review, and either time or tenacity. And let me go over this real quickly for you in the time we have left. And I don't want to go over today because I know it's Friday and you're getting ready to head out. You got things to do, hang out with your family, go hang out with your friends, prep for the weekend, lay your groundwork, do your prep work, all those great things you're going to do. So choosing, kind of self-explanatory. You got to choose your goal. And if you don't have a goal, that now becomes your goal, to figure out what your goal is. You have to choose it. You got to know what it is. The H is for help. You could possibly reach your goal by yourself. Odds are you won't. You're gonna need help. And I call the people that are gonna help you your who on to crew. And that's a phrase used by Benjamin Franklin in one of his early mastermind groups way back in the day. So that's how long this has been around. And trust me, it's been around a lot longer than that. It's not a new idea. The great minds of history have been doing it time immemorial. So find the people that can help you, and inside of that, you just don't go begging for their help. You figure out how you can help them, and then the law of reciprocity comes into play. Okay? And then obviously the A is for action, almost self-explanatory in and of itself. You got to take action. That's why I keep telling you I sign off every one of these shows the exact same way. It's been a phrase of mine for over a decade now. And the phrase actually started off, think successfully. And I thought, you know what, that's great. All that positive thinking stuff, it's good. And I totally believe in having a positive, yet realistic view of the world. So think successfully was only halfway there. And then I added, and take action. Oh, see, now that gives you a totally different view of things. So now you're thinking successfully and real, and you're taking action. And that action leads you to the next letter, which is R, which is review or results. So when you take action, you're going to get results, and you need to review them. And this is the one thing I've heard in a lot of different goal-setting seminars. They kind of miss the focus on this one area. Take action. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Things are going to change, right? Well, there's a review process. And I think you really need to sit down on a periodic basis. That period could be a Friday, where you're sitting down and you're saying, have I laid my groundwork? Well, have you? And you review, right? How'd I do this week? No, I did okay. I did really good here, I did okay here, and this here I didn't do so hot. And actually, I set up a whole set of goal-setting forms, and one of the forms specifically focuses on giving yourself a grade for the week. Being honest with yourself. And if you can't be honest with yourself, guess what? You're not going to be honest with anyone else. I'm just saying. That's my experience. All right? So review. How'd I do? If I did really good, that's motivation. Right. I'm kicking booty and taking names. And I don't even have a pencil with me, right? So, and if you didn't, well, that too could be some motivation. You're going to look at it and say, yeah, I set this goal on Monday, or I did it over the weekend, and yeah, I didn't get one single thing done to it. Then it begs a couple of questions. Is it really my goal? Am I really motivated to do it? And if I really want to do it, and it's really my goal, maybe I need to figure out what's in it for me. It loops us back to WIIFM. What's in it for you? Okay, so this is all, it's like this big interlinking circles, right? And then finally, T, time. You're going to need time. You're going to need tenacity. We tend to overestimate what we can do in a year, but underestimate what we can do in 5. So you may set a timeline and have to reset it and have to reset it again. And then the tenacity piece of it is you're going to have to be like a dog on a bone, y'all. I'm just saying. You have to go after it one time after another until you get that bone. And then you don't want to go bury it anywhere, but you just eat it happily, right? So choose, help, action, review, time. That's the CHART process. Keep an eye out for some new information, some new a new little program I'm coming out with here. I think will really add to this, and I think what I'll do is I'll probably make the old goal, the goal setting forms I developed in this chart process. I have a little ebook that goes with that. I think what I'll do is I'll add that as a bonus. So keep an eye on your emails. Keep listening to the show because I'm gonna finish it up this weekend, and I think Monday I'll come up with an announcement for you. In the meantime, have a great weekend. Go lay your groundwork, ladies and gentlemen. Do your prep work. And then just totally enjoy it. And I'll see you on Monday. Have a great day. Think successfully. Take action. Bye bye.